Hey lovelies, you're welcome back to Reviews and Recaps. Let's talk about the Blaque Expo, or in the words of Tisha, Expo. Now, if you're new to this channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you like this video and share, and now let's get into it. So we had talked about the Blaque Expo happening on the 24th of Feb, right? So prior to this, there's been a lot of craziness in the background, guys. I've already covered it. There was a couple who talked about who basically accused Maso and Tisha of stealing their idea and all of that. Nonetheless, the Scots still pushed through, right? So I was like, okay, all right, you guys are pushing through that allegation and whatnot, right? They even had a feature in an article. They also had a number of speakers. So Maurice was going to speak. I don't know what Maurice was going to speak on, but anyway, Maurice was going to be there. But also Dr. Heavenly was actually going to be speaking at the event. I suspect that that's a favor from Carlos to try to pull in a little bit more people, but it did not work. Now, I will say they did get sponsorship from Amazon, which is good for them because at least money, they didn't have to cough up money out of their own pockets, which is good for them. But despite everything they did, they even went on live to try to promote the event. They tried to get the Amazon representative to try to promote events. The turnout, according to the streets, were low. Apparently, someone said it was about 40 to 50 people on the show that came. And I'm just for all of the things that have been done, just 40 to 50, I'm probably thinking yo, we wasted money. Because I don't anticipate that they would have been expecting such a turnout. Now, this is all in my opinion. I have no one that works for Amazon, so I don't know for a fact. It's all allegedly, in my opinion, and for entertainment purposes only. So, but I'm not surprised, guys. Let's be honest. Are you all surprised that it's just 40 to 50 people? I know I'm not surprised because think about it. They first hiked the ticket prices. Then they had a late venue sort of announcement. No one knew where it was going to be until last minute. Then it was just also then don't forget the couple that talked about them stealing the idea. I don't really think it made sense to do it anyway. Also, I'm just you're doing something in Atlanta. How many people do you lot really know in Atlanta? Those are the sorts of things that you do. You find someone who is in Atlanta, you collaborate, who already has a good amount of following. You collaborate with them on the event. So it's Blaque Expo and something else. This is me giving you all some business advice. Run me my check, honey. If you guys don't want the next one to be a flop, make sure you do it in this way, right? You collaborate with someone who has run successful events and had the numbers, bring them in on that. And then since there's sponsorship, share it and let that cover the group. And then that way you get the turnout that you want. But instead, you guys want people to show up for you for free. You guys don't want to share the money. This is all in my opinion. And also from what we've seen on Love and Marriage Huntsville, right? So, of course, you're not going to get the turnout that you could be getting. Now, if you guys at this point, you guys don't even care about embarrassment, because I would have said if they really cared about public humiliation and stuff, they would find ways around it. But they really do not care about that. All they care about, in my opinion, is the money, and which they've gotten from Amazon. So I guess they don't really care about what happens next. Someone actually said about who in their right mind will book a convention or expo for Atlanta business when the Bronner Brothers hair show is scheduled. I don't know much about that show. Actually, I don't know anything about that show. But what it sounds like is there are other more prominent events that people in Atlanta would know about. This is what I mean about collaborating with someone who really runs Atlanta, honey, who has thrown events in Atlanta. Because if that's the case, you guys would have known that there are so many events happening this weekend or that weekend. And you guys would have known there ain't nobody gonna show up to yours. But because you guys want to hog the money and not distribute and speak to the right people, see what you ended up with. Well, it looks like they weren't too bothered because apparently they ended up celebrating at the club. So I guess it all worked out for them. They're we get the money. But yeah, Still not impressed. I don't think I've ever been impressed with anything they've done so far when it comes to like their business acumen or things that they do, shows they run or whatever. I don't know if that's going to change, but I really hope that all of the critique we give them on the internet, in comments, will allow them to transform. Like, if I were the one and people were critiquing me on things like this, I would be writing them down. I would be thinking, oh goodness, how can I improve, right? Not doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. That's insanity. Anyways, that's all I have to talk to you guys about today. Make sure you hit that like button, make sure you subscribe, and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you know every single time that I post. If you've waited until the end, you're the real deal, guys. I love you. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.